Okay, back again in another Animoji live stream, broadcast, podcast, or whatever that is. So I don't know how many days that I've been not tried to create any kind of this content or even any kind of my own personal productivity content, because even in this day, which is should be an intentional free time, I basically got a lot of meetings on my main job of tasks, which obviously make me not able to do any kind of this personal productivity unless in this pretty short time, which I don't know, maybe I only able to create this single live stream until I finally got interrupted or not. I'm not sure, because the free time is also the weekly scheduled free time is also not like usual, so there is no in this week's schedule, so there's only an unintentional free time, which probably a little bit shorter, or it is actually the same, I'm not sure. But the thing is, most of the free time is actually already occupied by, I don't know, unnecessary things in my main job of tasks that I need to attend to. Even though, yeah, to be honest, I don't know, it's already, I don't know, I don't know what to say. But yeah, to be honest, it's if I try to talk about my main job of tasks, it's pretty similar to what I experience in my personal productivity result. So yeah, most of the time are not going goes the way that I expected, but hopefully after more than 1 year, perhaps it finally able to goes the way that I expected. Because yeah, I'm still basically trying to hope for a better future, obviously, even though at some point, I don't know, I cannot expect too much, perhaps, because at some point I just don't know why there are so many people out there who basically pretty fortunate with their life, even though they're basically do many things that basically not making the world a better place. But yeah, it's okay, since there are at the same time there are also so many more unfortunate people out there, which basically makes me really grateful to what I currently had right now. So yeah, it's only 30 minutes, and I don't know what kind of things that I basically want to talk about. So in the last weekend, I finally able to do another regular hangout with my college friends, even though it's been several things that I basically miss in the weekend, whether it is basically a hangout with colleagues on my main job of tasks, but that probably will not able to be happen again, because at those certain specific activity. But if we talk about a possible meetings that are basically able to be happen in the future, even though it's basically, I don't know, it's just unknown possibilities that I basically will finally attend or not, because yeah, for some reason, I don't know, I just feel more lazy, or maybe try to save as much as money as possible. But at some point I do really want to, I don't know, fulfill my desires while waiting for something that basically much more expensive. But yeah, it's obviously gonna be need to wait quite a long time until it finally achieve, unless you're trying to use some credits, which basically needs some, I don't know, mortgage, perhaps, I don't know what. So it's basically for house. But yeah, it's not necessary for house, but anything that basically expensive, perhaps it's definitely needs some credits if you cannot spend immediately with cash. But yeah, for some reason credit is, I never really like those kind of things because yeah, we are basically, there always be some additional fees, which yeah, just like what we usually get from our bank account, which is an interest, and it's basically pretty high, obviously, depending on what you are trying to loan or trying to borrow. So, yeah, what else did I basically want to talk about? So, basically, for the native language podcast, I already tried to prepare that. I don't know what, I already tried to prepare until next week, which obviously gonna be have some intentional free time, even though for things that I basically have prepared but not yet processed or upload is actually only a single episode, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's only able to extend 2 more days. So basically, whenever I got another unintentional free time, I think I will most likely try to focus on create a new episode for my native language podcast, even though those native language podcasts, those newly created channel that I cannot mention yet, is basically have the same fate like this main channel, or it's actually worse. I don't know. It's obviously worse because I think there's no subscribers yet, but there is some views. The views is actually pretty similar to what I usually try to upload content into this main channel, but yeah, it's maybe there are something wrong with my SEO, even though I already tried to use my own native language when I was basically upload from the same exact location with those native language. So yeah, oh well, maybe I will need to switch another content, which basically more, I don't know, more professional perhaps, in terms of more, in terms of its appeal. So yeah, it's, but I won't try to do any kind of clickbaiting content because I really hate when people try to do that. And yeah, of course, I also will not try to create the content that's basically make people dumb. So that's the reason why I always try to provide content just what I think there's still something that basically try to be present, perhaps, even though if you talk about playing games, it seems to be there's no exact benefits besides entertainment, just like any other content that's basically make people stupid, which is through clickbaiting, obviously. But yeah, it's probably most people think it will actually the same content, and obviously the clickbaiting content is more good at SEO because yeah, they're trying to provide a very unique things that's basically never be happened before, but even though it's not always a good thing. So that's the reason why at some point I actually wanted to provide a very unique things, but in a more educational purposes, or the things that maybe can make people more understand about life is pretty much temporary. So yeah, you we basically need to focus on the things that basically happen for eternity, of course. And even though yeah, it's basically hard because at some point I also cannot just focus on the afterlife without having to do any kind of things that basically useful for when I'm still basically alive. So that's the reason why. And yeah, it's already 10 minutes, and I think I will try to end this stream right now, perhaps. Because basically, I don't have anything to say again. I think I will try to do a little bit good behavior recording before I have a meeting in around 26 minutes. So I don't know. So hopefully it's enough and I will not get interrupted. So thank you. That's all.